Today I'm bringing you a little preview slash recap action. Let's start with the recap. And the punishment this year, the wings. I'm thinking it's gonna be 12 triple threat from Brew's Room. So it's not a cage. The cage is probably funnier, and even for like both parties, but the wings, that sucks. I know it's hard, because it's just like, oh, you get wings. So it's hard to imagine that would blow. But for someone like me, who I guess is Hispanic somehow, I can't handle my spice. And you know who can't either? You know who didn't want to touch those wings? Devontae Adams. Oh, don't forget Trey McBride legacy game. As I send Shane to the trash bowl, absolutely demolishing him by about 25 points. Stephon Diggs, bum. Oh my goodness, this guy blows at football. And then he's going to whine like he didn't have 3 drops that game. There is a girl dead on the field. Like, she's actively grabbing her leg. Oh my goodness. The game has come to a pause. All right, next matchup, we got Bobby versus Carson. This one was much closer, a 4-point game. Bobby barely squeaks it out to stay alive. With help from a mediocre Josh Allen game, but a solid Mike Evans game. He's the most reliable guy. Jacoby Myers, 14 points. The MVP of this matchup for Bobby, I'm going to say, is Jared McKinnon. I mean, he threw a touchdown. He had nothing. He had 2 touchdowns and 1 catch. Insane. They're all on one knee. You don't like to see a bunch of girls on one knee, because that usually means not great. Let's get to what really is not as important. The real playoffs, I guess. I mean, whatever. Seems overrated. Don't know what it is. Let's get to the first matchup. Rocco, devastating. Another devastating year for him. The stat combines for 5 points this week in the playoffs. I know they didn't play, but they still, combined for 5. Austin Eckler was just an absolute bum this year, as Rocco gets bounced into the elimination bracket. Brutal for him. He still has a chance to get 5th place, but it's sad. Jake Browning did great, but he would have gotten blown out. He did get blown out, but he would have gotten cremated if James Cook didn't put up 39. Tito's team looking like a championship contender. Patrick Mahomes has been mediocre, but luckily he's got Cooper Kupp back. Justin Jefferson's doing all right with Nick Mullins, so he'll get his. Breece Hall, bad game. Devon Achane, bad game. And these guys are usually a little reliable. Not so much Breece, but Devon is easily able to go for 90 yards. Next player, MVP of this matchup, by a mile, is this MF, Sam Laporta. Why was he on the field still? They were up 4 touchdowns with 4 minutes to go. And this dude's catching touchdowns with 3 minutes of the clock. They're going for a 4th and 2. I don't believe it. T. Higgins, probably the nastiest touchdown I've seen all year. Absolute filth from him. And Miami defense, shutout at home, 24 points. Pure domination from Tito, as he's back into the Final Four for what seems like 3 straight years, possibly 4. Utter domination over this league. Tito as he's been robbed so close, and he's going for his first in league history. Now let's go to the next matchup. I gotta leave and come back. It's not very good. We had Zach versus Steven. Steven exposed. Almost gets half of the points he was projected. And Zach, one man. There's just one man to thank. I know a lot of people put up points, but this dude, Kyron Williams, from the ashes, lifts Zach into another dimension. Somehow makes the playoffs. And now he's in the Final Four. He could have literally just, benched half his team, but it's insane. He does lose Jamar Chase for some time, which is unfortunate. But he's got some dogs back. Ramondre Stevenson, Jonathan Taylor. These are reliable players. He got -3 points, and he put up a solid 117 from his defense. So, he's just got to get the right pieces. They need to do their job. Jamar is going to be a hole, but it's a hole that could possibly be filled. So let's go to the matchups looking into next week. Punching your ticket to the championship game. First matchup, we got the 1 seed versus the 6 seed. Now, we all know about the curse. Will it be broken this year? I don't know. I feel like I've been talking about it so much, I might stop it from existing. But we'll see. We'll see what Zach has to say about it first. He's a 42% favorite. He's got to start Odell in that receiver spot. But like I said, JT and Ramondre. Now, Tyreek Hill against Dallas, not a great matchup for him. Chris Olave against the Rams. He's hurt, so we don't know. Kincaid against Chargers, good matchup. Devin Singletary. I think Abe's team is either going to put up 75 points next week or they're going to put up 182, and there will be no in between. I think it's going to come down to that Jalen Hurts game. I mean, it's the last game, besides Jake Moody. It's the last game technically for a non-kicker, which, kickers are just as valuable for whatever reason. So if Jalen Hurts doesn't get Tommy DeVito'd on national television, then I think Zach could pull this out. I'm probably going to still take Abe, just because of that Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, he's projected 23. It's kind of insane. And no Jamar Chase. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be very, very close. But I think Abe's either going to win. I'm taking Abe to win by 40 over lose by 30. But it will be one of those. I guarantee it. I don't think it'll be a good game. I take that back if I said that. I think that it's going to be a blowout either way. Next matchup. The final matchup of the week. To go to the championship, we got Gooch versus Dom. This is a powerhouse matchup. Some would argue the two best in the league. 108 versus 105. Two most projected this week. Absolutely absurd. But Dom, he's getting matchup railed this week. He's got McCaffrey against a top 3 Baltimore defense. Nico Collins, who's hurt, against a top 3 defense. Lamar Jackson against a top 3 defense. Calvin Ridley, who could put up a donut at any time. George Kittle against a top 3 defense. Joe Mixon, who's going to put up 25 or 2. It's going to be close, but I'm going to take Tito over Dom. I am. I mean, this guy's got all the pieces back. I think Mahomes always just slaps the ball sack out of Las Vegas. So I'm going to take Tito. I think this one will be good. I think this one will be a good one because McCaffrey's going to get 25 at least, So I think if McCaffrey scores under 25, Dom's going to lose. So it's going to be a close one. I'm going to take Tito, though. I'm taking the Tito-Abe championship game. And, we'll be back next week. You're welcome for blessing you with this video. I'm lazy. I get lazy, okay? I'm sorry. I know.